Imagine an oil rig so massive that it stands as tall as a 16-story building and is as wide as 2 football fields. An oil platform so heavy, it actually outweighs an aircraft carrier. This giant is called Appomattox, and today it sits 134 kilometers off the coast of Louisiana in the Gulf of Mexico. Welcome back to Factify TV, but its incredible journey began thousands of miles away in South Korea. For 7 long years, thousands of engineers and workers worked day and night to build this monster of a structure. When Appomattox was finally complete, a new challenge appeared, one so big even the engineers had never faced it before. How do you move something this massive across the planet? To transport it, they brought in the world's largest marine transport vessel. Loading Appomattox onto this ship was a job that normally takes at least 7 days. But then, disaster struck. A storm formed in the Pacific, no ordinary storm, but a super typhoon that appears only once every 20 years. With wind speeds of 315 kilometers per hour, it was expected to hit South Korea in just 7 days. Everyone knew that when a typhoon of this scale hits, destruction is unavoidable. Suddenly, the team had to finish 7 days of work in just 3 days, or risk losing 7 years of effort forever. Shell Oil Company, the owner of this project, went into full emergency mode. They rushed in an army of extra workers. The entire site operated non-stop, day and night, racing against the clock in the oncoming typhoon. Meteorologists kept watching the storm's path, hoping it would change direction. It didn't. The typhoon was coming straight toward them. Against all odds, the workers managed to finish the preparations in just 3 days. Now it was time for the next step, moving the 143,000-ton platform onto a giant floating dock. That's more steel than the entire Burj Khalifa. Using enormous hydraulic jacks, the team pushed the platform 11 inches at a time until it finally sat on the dry dock. Tugboats then dragged it toward the massive transport vessel. This ship can carry 98,000 tons easily. Yet even for it, Appomattox was a serious challenge. The next morning, the platform was floated off the dry dock and touched the water for the first time. Tugboats slowly pulled it toward the transport vessel. But the ocean was changing rapidly. The super typhoon was now just 48 hours away. To load the platform, the seas needed to be completely calm. Even mild waves could destroy the vessel, the platform, and everything around it. But the waves were already too strong. Loading was impossible. Time was running out. Then came a ray of hope. Meteorologists predicted a 2-hour calm window the next morning. If they missed it, there would be no second chance. The typhoon was now only 36 hours away. At dawn, the ocean fell silent, perfectly calm. Workers rushed into action. Tugboats pulled the massive platform over the submerged vessel. The vessel pumped out water, rose from the sea, and lifted Appomattox safely onto its deck. Just hours later, the transport ship left South Korea, escaping the typhoon by the slimmest margin. Months later, the platform arrived near South Texas, where new modules were installed. Once everything was ready, Appomattox was moved 130 kilometers into the Gulf of Mexico, its final home for the next 40 years. Now came the most complex part, connecting the platform to an oil reservoir lying 30,000 feet below the surface. The sea alone was 7,400 feet deep, enough to fit 3 Burj Khalifas stacked on top of each other. The reservoir was another 1,600 feet beneath that. Human divers can't survive at that depth, so engineers use ROVs, remotely operated underwater vehicles. Controlled like real-life video game machines, these ROVs guided the pipelines toward the oil well with millimeter precision. Once the pipelines were connected, drilling began, 22,600 feet below the seafloor. After months of drilling, they finally reached oil. The entire team gathered for the big moment. With the push of a single button, oil began rising from 30,000 feet below. Cheers erupted. 7 years of struggle, danger, and engineering genius had finally paid off. Today, Appomattox produces 175,000 barrels of oil every single day, enough fuel for 4 million cars. And Shell believes this giant will continue pumping oil until at least the year 2060. If you found this story informative, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dive documentaries from Factify TV. Thanks for watching, and may all your journeys be safe.